Yeah, see? Oh, no.
Let's start this class. All right, folks. Hopefully I'm not getting too much interruption on sound quality. Internet is a little sketchy back here, and then sometimes that interrupts the sound quality. So hopefully it's okay. Anyways, welcome to Friday. We made it. We are here. It's been a long week. We've had our trials, tribulations, and we've made it. So we're cruising into the weekend. I'm going to keep this one fairly short. There is a quiz at the end, kind of an important one, so we need to take care of that. I will release that at the end, and I will release it before 6 o'clock tonight. Yes, last night, I have to apologize about that, guys. I thought I had it released, and it was not. So, yeah, that was a fail on my part. What we're going to do is we are going to talk about added plates. So we started those in class with some degree of success.
Wow.
I wasn't able to give you guys as much.
I'm not going to be able to talk much.
My whole goal at that point was to get you guys in the welding booth and to get you guys sometime.
Sorry for being late, Mr. Scott. Can't even hear me, I forgot.
What I'm seeing is a lot of that going on. I don't want that in the recording, so what I might do is I might mute all you guys. It's really your guys' decision. I just don't want too much stuff in the recording, because I do record all these and I put them up for your reference, and if they are good videos, I will use them in the future. But if I got a whole bunch of talk in the background, it isn't a great thing. So let's start this up here. So we're making sure we are safe. We got our PPE on. Make sure my mic is here. Okay, so that should be okay. Sound should be okay. Got a 3x3 plate here, and this is what we're going to work with today. We're going to work with gas metal arc welding process, the GMAW setup. So as you can see, I've got that behind me. I got the power source on the bottom, wire feeder on the top. I have flux core on one side, and I have solid wire on the other. So we're going to use a solid wire for the gas metal arc process. That's an 035 size wire, and the wire we're using is an S6 type wire today. We're going to be running stringers on this plate side by side to create a nice layer of buildup on it. I don't know if I'm going to weld the whole plate for you guys, but we're going to do a good few little stringers, and it's going to give you guys an idea on what it should look like, travel speed, body position, stick out, and a few other important factors. I could talk about it, but seeing it, doing it is the best thing. You guys unfortunately can't do this yet because you guys aren't back, but when you get back, we're going to do this.
Yo, did we already do this?
Yeah, with some stick and get some stick welding in, try and get that done. So let's get to it. I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit, point it down towards this table I'm working on. It isn't going to be a super high quality weld video because the way this camera is and the filter I use over the camera doesn't give the most detail. Still looking for a good way to shoot these, but having ripped apart a welding helmet, the internals, got that here. Same one I used in the PPE video yesterday. So I'm going to clip this over the screen when the time comes, and this should show you guys the welding. So the first thing we want to do with this plate here is we want to get a nice weld across this top edge. And we want it just to come out to the edge, not a whole bunch of overhang over the back, and we want it to be fairly straight. If we do this and that weld is not straight, nice thing is you can rotate it 180 degrees and start on this edge and work down the plate. You still mess that up. Nice thing is, the plate's got two sides. You got two more attempts at getting that nice straight edge weld. Good chance I can mess it up. So we'll see what happens here. But what I'm going to do is put a weld across here. Then we'll flip the helmet up. We'll talk about it for a minute and talk about how to be successful on laying the second, third, and any passes after that. So kind of basics of welding. This is Welding 101, and class is in session. So let's do this. Okay, throwing the green screen up, guys. You guys are going green. So what we've got here, I'm going to position myself in a horizontal position above my plate. One is okay to the right. It's the one forward. All right, so hopefully you can to some extent. Here you go. It should be about 3/8 of an inch, nice and short. Making sure you can get a bunch of spatter things with the block or shielding gas. We want that shielding gas right here. The oxygen is bad for the welds. Porosity is going to be a failure. So we're going to have position. From, well, I'm left-handed, so I'm going to to the left. Right-handed, you're going to go to the left. Hold the back-handed tennis. Push. So if we'll be able to make that reference nice and easy. Set this here. Half okay. Start right on the very edge of the plate. We're not going to start in January. Straight weld across the edge of the plate. I didn't quite get the edge. I stuck a little bit. It was a little too much. Too fast. But let's take a look at this a little closer here. So this is going to be hot. And what we're going to do is, all right, I don't like those pliers. Different pliers here. I saw like literally nothing. There was no image. There's probably just a little tiny bit of light. And yeah, unfortunately, that's what it looks like through this camera. Yeah, a little kind of light dot. Liam says can't hear well. That might be internet. I'm going to try and get to a place where there's better internet for class for Monday. You see the weld on the edge of the plate there. We're going to put another one right up beside it. And the way we do that is, if we look at that side profile, you see that kind of lump right there? That's that weld. Kind of a little high, a little humpy. What we're going to do is start our next weld right in the toe of that weld, which is going to be right here. And then we are going to run it alongside this weld, right up against it, pretty much shoulder to shoulder. And it should flow nicely on to the next weld. So I'm going to do that for you. I'm sorry that you know, the camera can't pick this up too well, but what we're working with, and you know, I might link a YouTube video that shows this a little better. for you guys so you guys can get a better idea of what this looks like underneath the weld helmet. You'll see what I see by looking at one of these videos that I'm going to post up after this. So we're going to get ourselves set up again. All right, guys, that one flowed on pretty well. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to run 2 or 3 side by side, and we're going to create a bit of a buildup on there. Then we'll clean it up. We'll show you guys. So this is a bit of a spicy process, guys. This camera is going to figure its life out for a second. It takes a minute to adjust back. What I'm going to do is show you guys this. There we go. It's a little uneven, but overall, fairly smooth. That's what we're looking for. Straight lines, consistent, even travel speeds, everything kind of stacking up side by side. That's what we want. We want this shoulder to shoulder. We don't want big valleys between this weld, or each weld. What we want is each weld to stack up right beside each other. And eventually, as we come across the whole plate, this is going to create a new layer of steel on top of it. So if I've mentioned hard facing before, or building up, say, excavator buckets, this is the process you're going to use for it. You're going to put steel on, especially if it's thin to start. You're going to use a 7018 welding rod or an S6 welding wire, and you're going to build up that layer first. And then once you have that layer built up, you are then going to put some hard facing material on it. And that's to prevent wear. So this is just a good skill to have. We've done pretty well there. We're going to throw a few more on here and see how it ends up looking. And I don't think it's going to be any better, but I'm going to do a few without that filter on. And we'll just see what it looks like. You guys tell me what the difference is. It's better if it's worse. It's probably going to be worse. You're probably just going to see white. But we'll give it a shot. So got a few more on there. Overall, I think this is fun to do. It's a pretty satisfying process. You can just look at stringer after stringer after stringer. Holy man, the sucker's hot. It's throwing a ton of heat right now. You can see that it's mostly red still. It's just, yeah, she is the warm one. But yeah, it's super fun to do. Great skill to have. Like I said, it could be a moneymaker too. I've made, I wouldn't recommend that, Liam, but you know, it could be. Woo, yeah, it just sizzled off there real quick. So, yeah, that's not too bad. But yeah, we can buff this up. So I'm going to dump this, cool it down, and I'm going to buff it up, and then we'll look at the end result. So it looked decent before, but that looks way better now. So buffing it up nice and clean. You can see there's a couple little wobbles in there, but for the most part it's fairly straight. I'm not quite even, you can see from there to there, but now we can take care of that in the welding. I don't know, I love this. It just feels so nice. It's so awesome to look at. That's why I love it when kids really get in the groove and the hang of doing this. It's just, it looks good from most angles. And as you keep going, the pressure mounts because you want every line to be perfect, right? Every stringer. You don't want one to be all messy. But we're talking about that first pass. That's a great example right here. You can see that mess up I had on the very first one. But I was able to correct it as I went on, and things didn't look too bad. Yeah, I have fun with this. So I'm going to finish this one up a little later. That is pretty much it for the lesson today, guys. I have a quiz coming up that is going to be a pretty important one. Everyone needs to finish that one. I'm going to load that up real quick here. And I just wanted to say it's nasty bead to high heat, so it turns blue. Yeah, well, the next one I put on here is going to turn a bunch of this blue. A bunch of stuff in the periphery will turn blue. Then I just buff that off again. But yeah, sometimes overheating the steel isn't a good thing either. But yeah, so what we're going to do is I'm going to wrap this up. Just want to say thanks for everyone for checking in. It's been a great day. I really enjoy having you guys here for this. I wish I had you guys here in class for this, but it's the way it is sometimes. I just want you guys to stay safe, stay healthy, have a great weekend, get some sleep, and I'm going to see you guys on Monday. So if you haven't yet, drop your name in the chat. I see lots of comments in there, so I imagine I've got everybody, but if you haven't, please drop your name in there. And yeah, we're good to go, guys. So I'll open up that quiz in a few. I am going to shut the video down. I'm going to shut the mic down, but I'm going to leave the screen on. So if you got questions, pop them in the chat, and yeah, then I'll answer them, or email me if you want. You guys got my email, and we'll take care of things. We'll make it happen. Okay, thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Stay healthy, and I will see you guys Monday.